Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, best phablet. The Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is expensive, but no other smartphone can match this phablet's capabilities. You get a brilliant design, an even faster chipset, at least in the US, a gorgeous 6.9-inch OLED display with a 120Hz dynamic refresh rate, as well as plenty of new S Pen updates, ranging from new gestures, and a smoother response time of 9 milliseconds, to the ability to record voice notes and sync them with handwritten ones. Plus, the Note 20 Ultra packs the best camera of any other Android phone out there, ripe with goodies like the 108-megapixel main sensor, the crazy 50x space zoom, and a dedicated laser autofocus sensor to reduce blur. It also boasts a big 4500 mAh battery, which will easily last more than a day with normal use. Samsung also includes a wired 25 watts fast charger in the box, while the device also supports fast 15 watts wireless charging. Furthermore, the Note 20 Ultra is also a mini PC and a gaming console. With enhanced DeX functionality, you can stream photos, apps and more on a TV nearby, and with Xbox Game Pass you can play more than 100 Xbox titles, streaming them directly from the cloud. The Note 20 Ultra also works well with the PC. Using Link to Windows you can run Android apps directly on your laptop, receive notifications, make calls, and more. Not everyone needs a business smartphone like this, but if you want the very best, then buy the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Apple iPhone 12 and 12 mini, best iPhones for most people. If you can't justify the premium price of the Pro models, then the iPhone 12 or iPhone 12 mini might be the best phones for you. The new design looks fresh, and it's been a long time since we had an iPhone that looked different. 5G connectivity means it is also future-proof, while the new A14 Bionic processor is the most powerful on the market. The iPhone 12 also has a new OLED display that far outshines the iPhone 11's low-resolution LCD panel, and HDR support that makes colors pop. What's more, the new narrower frame design maximizes the 6.1 screen real estate. If you opt for the smaller version, the iPhone 12 mini comes with a 5.4-inch screen, always OLED. Both look brilliant as long as you don't mind the notch. The glass on the front is made of ceramic, which is much more durable, and the iPhone 12 uses a new range of MagSafe accessories that employ magnets to attach cases and chargers, thus allowing for faster and more convenient wireless charging than the past iPhones. You'll also get one of the best camera modules in existence, which consists of the main camera and an ultra-wide one, both sporting 12 megapixels. It lacks the telephoto lens we find on the Pro models, but you get the same night mode that automatically illuminates dark photos. And you'll also be able to record video in HDR. Both iPhones have a one-day autonomy. Ultimately, the iPhone 12 is the best iPhone for most people, while the iPhone 12 mini is the best compact phone ever. Google Pixel 4a, best budget photography. The Google Pixel 4a offers almost everything you could ever want in a smartphone. It's the successor to the Pixel 3a, and retains many of the great features that made us fall in love with it. It has a stunning 5.8-inch OLED screen, an amazing 12.2 megapixel camera that takes brilliant photos, and includes smart functions such as night sight and super res zoom. You also get the power of the Qualcomm Snapdragon 730G chipset, 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, a headphone jack, stock Android with smart features like call screen and the Recorder app, which can convert speech to text in real time, and Google's 3-year promise of updates, which is crazy for a phone that costs so little. Where the Pixel 4a fails to improve is in duration. Although it sports a bigger battery than the Pixel 4, it still fails to last an entire day. Also, there's no XL version, which is a disappointment to people who like bigger screens. Last but not least, the 5G version will arrive later this year. But pretty much every other way, Google's latest Pixel device is an incredibly well-rounded cell phone, boasting the best photography for the money, and everyone who is looking for a cheap smartphone should consider buying it. OnePlus 8 Pro, the first OnePlus flagship. The OnePlus 8 Pro is a truly stunning device that offers unparalleled value, because it manages to pack all the latest and greatest features we find on other flagships into a phone that costs less. We can think of so many reasons why the 8 Pro is such a special phone, but first and foremost we have to talk about its striking Quad HD Plus display, with a 120Hz refresh rate, and support for HDR10+, the best one ever seen on a smartphone. The 8 Pro is also the first OnePlus phone to support wireless charging. Even better, it's the fastest wireless charging we've ever seen. The 8 Pro also features high-end hardware, the best implementation of Android 10, 5G connectivity, and a selection of advanced features such as reverse wireless charging and IP68 certification. Of course, since this is an OnePlus phone, the design and ergonomics are also great. Most flagships sport better cameras, but this is still a great Android phone that doesn't cost four figures. Apple iPhone 12 Pro, Apple's best phone. The iPhone 12 Pro is a truly tempting proposition if you're looking for the best of what iOS has to offer. There's so much to appreciate here that it's hard to know where to start. There's the fast A14 Bionic processor, 5G connectivity, a triple camera module further improved with the addition of LiDAR, the new redesigned shape of the phone, and welcoming updates compared to the cheaper iPhone 12 that include a telephoto lens for better zoom, a stainless steel design, at least 128 GB of internal memory and more RAM. And we haven't said a word about the software yet. iOS keeps getting better with each subsequent iteration, and iOS 14 is an awesome software package. While the same amount of money allows you to buy Samsung's latest flagship with a bigger screen and more storage, most iOS users simply don't want an Android device. Instead, they can take pride in everything Apple encapsulates in the iPhone 12's sleek new design. You get, for example, the new A14 Bionic processor that blows away all Android phones, and MagSafe accessories that make wireless charging a breeze thanks to the magnets built into the iPhone 12. Unfortunately, Apple doesn't include a charger in the package. But the real reason to opt for the iPhone 12 Pro is its cameras. The main sensor now allows for more light, and night mode works on both the ultra-wide and front-facing true depth camera. While the three rear cameras are not too different from the ones we find on the iPhone 11 Pro, the real difference is the LiDAR sensor, which improves performance in low light conditions and focus. However, if you want the best camera on an Apple device, you will have to splurge for the more expensive iPhone 12 Pro Max. In addition, the stunning 6.1-inch OLED display is now protected by ceramic shield, which is designed to offer 4 times the protection in the event of a fall. Unfortunately, the infamous notch is still here, though it is easy to ignore. It also comes equipped with one of the best batteries we've ever seen on an iPhone. It's nothing revolutionary, but its autonomy is better than all other Apple phones except for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. All in all, the iPhone 12 Pro is an easy inclusion in this list, and we're happy to recommend it as long as you're an iOS fan, and you can justify its price. Apple iPhone SE, 2020, the cheapest iPhone. The A13 Bionic chipset inside the new iPhone SE is the same one we find on the iPhone 11 series. It's a rare thing to see a premium system on a chip inside a device that costs so little, and it grants the new iPhone SE the best performance to price ratio of the entire segment. But not everything revolves exclusively around it. The iPhone SE also comes with a good camera, wireless charging, IP67 certification, and premium build quality. The compromise is the dated design based on the iPhone 8. Of course, you will not get all the bells and whistles you get with a true Apple flagship. The camera, battery and display are not as good as those on the iPhone 11, but they all work great and provide a solid user experience. If you are an Apple fan and want a new iPhone without spending an arm and a leg, then the iPhone SE 2020 is a best buy. Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition, best flagship killer. You no longer need to pay $1,000 to get a top-of-the-line Samsung phone. The Galaxy S20 Fan Edition offers everything most people want from a flagship phone at a price most of them can afford. Its notable features include a 6.5-inch 1080p Infinity O display, with a 120Hz dynamic refresh rate and without those annoying curved sides. There's also 5G support, a 4500 mAh battery and expandable memory. Samsung even equipped it with Qi charging and an IP68 rating. We also really like the triple camera module on the back, which includes a powerful 3x optical zoom and an impressive 30x digital zoom, but avoids unnecessary gimmicks, as well as the high-resolution selfie cam. Although it sports a plastic back rather than glass, the S20 Fan Edition still looks elegant and feels like a premium device. You'll also have to settle for a slower charger than the regular Galaxy S20 series, but these trade-offs are worth it. Google Pixel 5, best pure Android phone. Pixel 5 is Google's first 5G device. Unlike past Pixel models, it is not meant to compete with Apple's and Samsung's flagship models. Instead, is a great choice if you want to get a new Android 5G phone guaranteed to receive timely updates for the next 3 years. It doesn't feature a high-end chipset, it doesn't sport a flashy design, and has fewer cameras than the competition. But at a lower price and a more compact body, it is still an attractive choice for many. The Pixel 5 makes do with a 6-inch display with Full HD Plus resolution, a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G processor, 8GB of RAM, 128GB of internal memory, a 4080 mAh battery, a dual rear camera, and a front camera that is housed in a hole punch notch, while also abandoning some of Pixel 4's advanced features, including Face Unlock, that we will miss. The good news? The Pixel 5 is one of the best phones on the market in its price range, especially if you like the clean and stock version of Android. It also comes with some premium features, including a 90Hz display, an aluminum body, IP68 waterproofing, and wireless charging. And there are also some useful Pixel exclusives on the software side. As usual for the Pixel series, it is the camera that helps the Pixel 5 stand out from the competition. While the hardware hasn't changed much from last year, Google's image processing continues to impress, and it's hard to beat it in terms of photo quality. The main sensor paired with Google's brilliant software optimization lets you capture amazing photos, even in harsh conditions. The ultra-wide lens on the other hand is ideal for landscapes. And you can also shoot videos up to 4K at 60 FPS. But perhaps the most obvious reason to switch to the Pixel 5 is that last year's battery woes are gone, thus solving the Pixel 4's biggest drawback. Last but not least, its 12 watts wireless charging works through the metal rear shell. OnePlus 8, the iPhone 11 alternative for Android fans. Although it costs less than flagship devices, the OnePlus 8 boasts almost all the same specs and features, and in benchmarks easily beats almost all of them. The OnePlus 8 features a beautiful 6.5-inch AMOLED display, with a 90Hz refresh rate, and a punch-hole notch. Inside, we find a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 and up to 12GB of RAM. The phone's battery life is quite impressive, and OnePlus's 30 watts warp charging technology is the fastest. Alas, there is no wireless charging, which OnePlus has reserved for its premium model. It's a pity, but doesn't matter all that much since this phone has every other high-end feature you could ask for. If we have one complaint about the OnePlus 8, it has to do with the disappointing triple lens camera module. That said, if you don't mind taking pictures that look good but not great, you'll find a lot of value in the OnePlus 8. Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, Ultra Flagship, Ultra Price. Samsung spared no expenses when it created the Galaxy S20 Ultra. It's a stunning phone to look at, something you'd expect from Samsung at this stage. Inside it has some of the best components you can find in a smartphone in 2020. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra manages to pack an impressive list of premium features, from the 100x digital zoom, to the huge 6.9-inch AMOLED display, capable of a refresh rate of 120 Hz. Still, it's the 4 cameras on the back that impressed us the most. The two that stand out are the 108-megapixel wide-angle lens, and the 48-megapixel telephoto lens. The former is an extremely capable and versatile camera, that captures rich and colorful images, and it can even shoot 8K video. The latter has a 10 times lossless zoom, that really captures detail from a distance, plus a digital zoom of up to 30 times, which produces very good results. This is a camera phone that can compete, and sometimes beat, both the iPhone 11 Pro and iPhone 11 Pro Max. To power the Galaxy S20 Ultra we find a Snapdragon 865 with up to 16GB of RAM. In practice the S20 Ultra can run any app and any game. And don't forget the huge 5000 mAh battery, which ensures an autonomy of at least 1 day. It's hard to find flaws in the S20 Ultra, and it's even harder to find a phone that can beat it. Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus, the best Android phone. Samsung offers 3 phones in its Galaxy S20 range, but the S20 Plus has the best mix of features for the money. You get a stunning 6.7-inch display with a 120Hz refresh rate, future-proof 5G connectivity, and a fast Snapdragon 865, plus a decent battery life. Speaking of performance, only the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max can beat it in benchmarks. Nevertheless, the S20 Plus can handle all apps and games with ease. The two features you will lose by not opting for the pricier Galaxy S20 Ultra are the 108 megapixel camera and space zoom, both compromises most people are willing to make. This is especially true since the S20 Plus boasts some pretty impressive cameras. The new sensors capture bright, colorful photos, and the 3 times lossless zoom is more powerful than the one we find in the iPhone 11 Pro Max. The only thing we don't like is Samsung's Android skin. For the rest, this is the best Android phone you can get. Oppo Find X2 Pro, a valid alternative. The Oppo Find X2 Pro is a phenomenal phone and a true rival to the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus for the title of best Android phone. Its high-end Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 processor is very fast, while its 6.7-inch 10-bit and 120Hz Quad HD Plus OLED panel is a real joy to behold. The autonomy of its battery is also excellent, while its ridiculously fast 65 watts charger makes up for the lack of Qi wireless charging. Last but not least, it also boasts 5G connectivity. Its main camera uses Sony's new 48 megapixel 12-bit IMX689 sensor. In addition, the 13 megapixel periscope camera offers a 10 times hybrid zoom and a 60 times digital zoom. It's a bit expensive, considering that both the OnePlus 8 Pro and Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus have very similar specs while cheaper, and that the Color OS software experience isn't on the same level as OnePlus's Oxygen OS or Samsung's One UI. Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, a valid alternative, worthy of being proclaimed the best smartphone of 2019. The Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus is a device that has revolutionized mobile technologies, featuring unique solutions that deliver the best possible user experience. The dynamic AMOLED display measures 6.4 inches, and has a whopping resolution of 2960 by 1440 pixels, featuring technologies like dynamic tone mapping, for colors and contrasts that are incredibly real and immersive. Its premium spec sheet includes an octa-core processor, 6 GB of RAM, a third-generation triple camera, Corning Gorilla Glass 6, a 4100 mAh battery, and much more. And it can learn from your habits, optimizing the way you interact with it. Apple iPhone 11, best bang for your buck. The iPhone 11 currently offers the best mix of features and price among Apple devices. Of course, it doesn't have some of the most advanced features of the iPhone 11 Pro or iPhone 11 Pro Max, but it is the iPhone with the best value. The display, for example, is brilliant and up to Apple standards without being OLED. The camera is also similar to the one on the iPhone XR. If you want the best of the best, you will have to splurge for the Pro, otherwise the iPhone 11 does a solid job. It also offers a good autonomy, although not exceptional like the one on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, that will still last you a full working day. The iPhone 11 offers the best from Apple, at an acceptable price. And if you want more, you will have to be prepared to spend a whole lot more. OnePlus Nord, best mid-range smartphone. The Nord is OnePlus's attempt to return to producing the best flagship killers. Despite its price, this smartphone is full of premium features, beginning with the screen that has a refresh rate of 90 Hz, and finishing with the 6 cameras in total, things you typically don't find on smartphones that cost less than $500. The screen in particular is absolutely spectacular. Not only because of the 90 Hz refresh rate, a feature usually reserved for phones that cost hundreds of dollars more, but also for the 6.44-inch AMOLED panel, that can become particularly bright to use outside, and can make blacks and shadows stand out when watching videos or playing games. But let's talk now about the compromises. The Snapdragon 765G, assisted by 8 GB of RAM, cannot match the performance of the high-end processors that we find on the various flagship phones, even though having this chipset means that the Nord can connect to faster 5G networks. And despite all those cameras, OnePlus's image processing software still makes the colors appear too cold. Last but not least, there is no wireless charging and no official IP rating, while the battery life is just okay, rather than exceptional. But, for the price, the OnePlus Nord is one of the best Android phones you can buy right now, period. Huawei P30 Pro, jaw-dropping camera. The Huawei P30 Pro has many similarities with the P20 Pro and the Mate 20 Pro. Although the software leaves much to be desired, this smartphone has the best cameras in the world. The P30 Pro has both an incredible 10x hybrid zoom, and can shoot brilliant stills in low light conditions. That makes it your default option if you want a camera phone above all. But Huawei's flagship model also stands out for its overall performance, its long autonomy, and you may also like the iridescent design on the back.